weekly webinar. We're going to get started here in just one moment, but before we do, if someone could confirm that both audio and video are A-OK so that we can get started. Thank you. Hello to Rick. Will is confirming that both are good. Hello, Will. Hello, Randall. Excellent, Dean. All right, so it sounds like we can get started. Once more, this is a VPlay weekly Q&A webinar call on which we answer any questions that you as users may have. Also provide any training or elaboration of advanced use cases of video in your business, as well as try to organize, collect feedback, ideas, recommendations for how we can improve VPlay in the future, as well as to showcase new stuff that we've been working on. So the format of the webinar remains, as always, pretty simple. At any time that you have a question, just drop it in the chat box that you have in your webinar call, and we'll just answer them in the order that they come in. This is a weekly webinar, and it's happening every Tuesday. If for whatever reason you're unavailable to attend any of these calls, the replays are available both on our YouTube channel as well as on our Facebook group, links to which I've just shared in the chat box. Additionally, if you're unable to, or if you have ideas which you immediately need to share with us for improving VPlay, or you're just curious as to what's going on and what are the latest releases, inside of the application, you can always come over here and click on documentation and support. And from there, you can click on submit and vote on ideas, which will take you to our product portal, where you can see the stuff that we're currently working on, stuff that we are considering adding to VPlay. These are ideas added from other VPlay users and are being voted on by other VPlay users to help gather momentum and prioritization for these ideas. And most importantly, as I mentioned, you can come over here and click on submit new idea up in the top right corner, and from there you can indicate your suggestion or comment or question and indicate how important it is to you, so that we can get to it. Additionally, of course, you can always come to recently launched, so you can see all the stuff that we've recently launched. For any other questions or bugs or ideas or topics that you wish to kind of get a conversation going around, we are available both via live chat over here in the bottom right of the application, as well as on the support@vplayer.com address. So we're always eagerly awaiting to hear your feedback, as well as see what we can do to improve VPlay. All right, so let's see if we have some question. Clark Cotton is asking, can we accelerate a Black Friday 50% discount for enterprise only today? Black Friday is in November, so accelerating it would be an understatement. But I'm not sure that we can offer any promotions today. So I think the answer to that is no. Rick is asking any recommendations on how to create a video playlist guide grid using the funnels features. Let me just reread that. Any recommendations on how to create a video playlist guide grid using the funnel features? So let me just see if there is any clarifications on that, but I think let me actually get because we had a comment that it's useful to have sort of the chat box available during the replays. So the question is, are there any recommendations on how to create a video playlist guide grid using the funnels features? So here's the idea. if I think I understood this question. So if I dare, I might as well answer it. So the idea is if I come over here to create a new funnel, and if I wanted to, so let's call this playlist grid demo, and we can select a starting video. It's going to be woman making funny Valentines. And the idea is to create some sort of a grid in the answers, which would be sort of the playlist for, I guess, next video watching. So if we name this next video, and we said select which video you want to watch next, and we came over here and let's just do 3, but you can do as well. I'll just do 2, but you can do as many as you want. So if I had these two videos, sorry, if I had these two answers, and rather than using text, I'll use some sort of a picture for the thumbnail of the video. So let's I'll just use this image as the thumbnail. So this is going to be the picture for the first video, and I don't know, I don't want to get any of my personal photos on here, so I'll just use the same. We can do this maybe. Yeah, we can do this. This is going to be the image for the second video, and we said, hey, this is video 1, and this is video 2. And as I mentioned, you can add as many of them as you want. So on action, on what you want to happen when somebody selects that answer, you would select to jump to new video. So you would search for a different video, and here you would also jump to new video, and here you would also select a different video. So that will be the basic setup, and this would show up by default at the end of the video, but you can show it at any time that you want. Keep it in mind that if you're doing this through funnels, an answer is required, so the user can't skip it. They need to select one or the other. So if we just go ahead and save this, just test it out, and we come over here to watch this funnel, and we'll just play it. So this is going to show up at the end. So at the end here we have which do you want to watch next, either the first one or the second one. So if I selected the first one, that would take me to that other video. So hopefully that's making sense, and I hope that answered the question on how to possibly utilize the funnels. They're not necessarily aimed at creating a playlist, but you could create a sort of a gridded experience like that for having the user select which video they want to watch next. And you can repeat that cycle numerous times. So you can come over here and say at the end of the this video, so I selected this first video, so then you can come to this video and say, then at the end of that video, what I did was I came over here and I clicked on add a sub question. So that means that then on this video, at the end of that video, you can say another question with another description and another sets of videos offered. So you can go endlessly like that if that's what you're trying to achieve. Hopefully I understood that right. Rick is saying what to do when a video is offline. Is there a timeout feature to play the next video in the playlist? No, currently there's not. So that's a good point. If a video is down, a video is down, and there's no sort of a timeout that's just going to expire waiting for that video to become available and then skip to a next one. So if you have a video which is down, it's just going to stop there and until the user indicates that they want to proceed to the next video in the playlist. But I'll do make a note of that. That's an interesting suggestion for playlists, for them to skip when a video is not available, or to have it skip to the next one. So thanks for that feedback. It was a question, but I'll take it as a feedback point. Do we have nonlinear customer interactive experience for ads? So I think there's a clarification below there. So the key is for the player to act as the front page of a lead page splash website responsive on desktop, Android, and iOS, Apple iPhones. So the key is for the player to act as the front page. So the player is going to act as the front page of the lead page splash website responsive. All right, so the player is responsive, and we can forget about all of that. I'm just curious about, do you have nonlinear customer interactive experience for ads? I'm a bit confused. I'm hesitant to try to answer that question. Maybe you can provide some clarification, Clark, with regards to what does nonlinear customer interactive experience for ads entail? It could mean a lot of different things. I just want to make sure that I'm answering the right one. Rick is saying, can we do a backup of our video profile ourselves for a sense of feeling secure? By profile, I'm not necessarily sure how you would back up a profile. Do you mean like your account data or your video files? I'm just curious what exactly would you want to back up. We currently don't offer any sort of an automated or manual requests for backup. If you have at this time, at least, I don't see a sense of in developing something like that. But if you have a need for added level of security and would like some data to be backed up for you and exported, we'll gladly do that. Actually, we're legally obliged to do that. So any data that we have on you or your users, they're available for exports, if not directly through the application via the support team. So anything that you would like backed up, we'll gladly see to export that. So like a TV guide grid, I think I answered that, was in regards to the funnels. Clark is also asking, can the playlist be a carousel like the Netflix on desktop and automatically go vertical for iOS and Android phone screens? Yes, absolutely. So inside of the playlists, let me see if I can find that. So inside of playlists, I don't know if these are using, I don't know if I have these videos anymore from these playlists. So we might experience the video not being available in the playlists. Let me just double check. So here we have the regular playlist, and I'll come over here and to the settings tabs of the playlist. And here we have the mobile playlist position option, which I'll just turn on. By default, it's turned off. So if we come over here, and all I really need to do is I'll just resize this a little bit just so it looks like a mobile device. And I don't know if that's small enough, but we'll give it a go. So I'll just refresh this now. So now the playlist, when this option, mobile playlist position, is turned on, rather than having the playlist load on the right hand of the screen, it's loading below the video. So I think that answers that question. If you want the playlist to change the positions sort of based on responsiveness, but even so, I'll just turn this off just for the sake of argument, and I'll just save it. So we'll refresh this once more. So here we have the playlist in the standard position, and you see that still it works even with the positioning on the right-hand side. But I definitely agree that it's a better experience to have the playlist below the video when it's at this small of a size. So that option is available for anybody who wants to use it. All right, righty. Excuse me, let's see. Rick is saying, repeat question from above. Any way to equalize, I missed that question. Any way to equalize video volume via any video player settings? Equalize is a bit of a heavy word, but there is a volume control option. So if, for example, the video source which you've uploaded is unbearably loud or quiet, you do have an option inside of the video, and let me just remember where that is exactly. Actually, I think that's still in the beta features. So if you come over here on the bottom and show beta features, hide unmute button, hide play button. No. Where do we have that? We have that somewhere. I just need to remember where. Oh, there we go. So if you come over here to player controls, all the way at the bottom, there's a volume control. And there you can set the volume on the initial play. So if for this video, for example, I set it at 0.3, so that's going to be somewhat silent, but we can see it in action. So when I come over here to play this video and want to play it, we'll see that it's about a third of the way from the full audio. So I think that answers that question. Randall is saying, I've been away for a number of weeks. Did the new version of the final feature get released? No, not yet. As mentioned, we're somewhat stagnating on that in favor of stabilizing VPlay to prepare it for the upcoming promotion. Rick is asking profile, how the video account with how things are set up to play. How the video account with how the things are set up to play. So basically all of your video settings for all of your videos. That's I don't believe currently. Let me just double check. So if there is a video export option, I didn't mean to do that. So let me just double check something here. I'm not sure what exactly is exported here. So I'll just come over here to my dashboard and I'll select some videos. I need to click outside of that. I'll select these two videos just, or maybe I can't. I think that only works for old videos maybe. So if I come over here and click on export video list, that's gonna give me a VPlay videos CSV file. So if we just go to Google Sheets just to see what we're working with there, we'll just dump that data in there. Import. Upload. I'm curious what's available in this export. I don't think the player settings themselves are available in here. I just want to double check. So replace data, select the cell and import it. So let's see, what do we have in there available? So we have the name, share URL, encoded ID, and source type. Yeah, so we don't have the player settings available in there, but we can make, as mentioned, we can include some of those settings in those export features, or we could simply provide you with the full list of your settings so that you can have them backed up if you'd like. Clark is saying it's a feature that would open. So this is back to the nonlinear customer experience for ads. So it's a feature that would open up in a design locker for mid-roll ads. Each user has its own experience. So I'm taking as an assumption that when you say ads, we are talking about assets that are static, meaning that not static in terms of delivery, but if you, so the way that this should work, since VPlayer supports VAST and the VPlay tags, I'll share this. So this is interesting. Portal, product board. Why are we ranking for this keyword already? That's interesting. We're the first ranked for VAST and VPlay. All right, that's cool. So for VAST and VPlay, we do support VAST and VPlay feeds. So if you're available to provide any of the actual feeds for non-linear experiences, I think that this icon indicates that on its own. So the feeds themselves, how they're constructed, are supported from within VPlayer. So if you're able to somehow generate those feeds either through ad networks or through your own ad servers, they are supported as long as they're standardized. VAST is supported, as well as VPlay feeds. Rick is saying, any option for a 10-second rewind, 10-second forward? I think Rick is asking a lot of loaded questions, but yeah. So inside of VPlayer, you can come over here to edit a video, and underneath marketing tools and interactions and CTAs, or no, sorry, under settings and player controls. Yeah, under settings and player controls, there's an option to skip and rewind. So you can enable skipping forward and enable rewinding, as well as the interval in which you want the users to skip. This video only lasts for 5 seconds, so that's not going to be that great of a demo, but I'll just set it to 2 seconds just to demonstrate how that looks like. It's not going to be all that obvious, but so if we watch this, we'll see that we have that actually works nicely if the video is paused, so we can see that we can skip back and forth 2 seconds via these controls. So that's available under settings, player controls, and skip and rewind right next to the volume control, which was the previous question. All right, Rick is asking, can I have a belated birthday discount on Enterprise? If you're able to provide a birth certificate verifying that it is your birthday, as well as mail us a piece of birthday cake, in that case, yes, we will feel obliged to honor that birthday discount. All right, cool. Do we have any other questions? We got a lot of interesting side feature questions today. I would like to point out, I forgot to mention that if you're new to VPlayer and you're getting started, best place to do that is to come to docs.vplayer.com. It's an amazing resource filled with all sorts of advanced use cases and anything that you're interested in. You can use case examples for sort of advanced marketing use cases, as well as the section for getting started. So if you haven't already been through here, I do strongly advise you to take a look at our knowledge bases. There's a lot of jam-packed information on everything VPlayer, everything that's new that you can find out about on your own, or that you can explore. Always feel free to search. Anything that you search, we see, so we're able to even figure that out and then compensate for it not being in the documentation. Additionally, would also like to point out to blog.vplayer.com as the resource for staying updated, and sometimes we share interesting articles on there. So feel free to visit us from time to time on there, and we can share interesting information. You can comment, and we can communicate through that as well. Once more, if you haven't already, if you've just joined VPlayer, We do encourage you to join our Facebook group for VPlay members, as there we discuss, not only we but users mutually share ideas and figure out ways how to accomplish something, and it's always pretty amazing to hear that. All right, seems like we don't have any more questions. I just want to thank everybody who took the time to join this week, and thank everybody who asked these awesome questions, especially Rick, who's digging deep. And I want to also thank you in advance for joining next week, if your schedules permit, to continue helping us make VPlay better. All right, thanks everybody. Goodbye.